Good morning, Modern Steaders. I hope the audio isn't too bad. It is windy and rainy out here this morning. But I'll tell you what, I haven't been this excited for rain in a long time. We've gone months without rain now. We've gotten 2 inches of rain so far from last night to this morning. And I'm excited about it. It's been so dry here. We're normally not dry like this here. We're usually a nice, wet, humid all the time. But this summer, I've never seen it this dry, so man, I'm just loving this rain right now. And look at this, the chickens are too. Good morning, ladies. Here, I'll kind of put it under NYC for you. Stick it under here so don't get wet. There you go. I'm sure my camera's not liking it, but I'll tell you what, days like today really makes me appreciate my clothing. I really like all of our area clothing. I got one of their jackets on right now, a soft shell, and it is keeping me so dry. Their boots, their rubber boots just work so good. Wow, it's really coming down now. Whew. I'm gonna get in the house and get this camera under cover. Holy moly. And then we gotta run down to the goat barn and do some more chores. The Ariat jacket keeps you nice and dry, don't it?
Yep, I need some pants.
I know.
I should wear my purple pants.
You should have. You get the nice dry job today.
Until I have to go up. So no sense of fixing my hair today.
Nope.
Honey, what you doing to me, my love?
It's raining out so hard, Buttercup, and I'm gonna make you go outside.
Ready? Silly. Come on. Come on, I've got anything else. This too. Come on. Yeah. Come on, Willow. Yeah.
Willow. There you go. Good morning, girls. It's noisy in here, huh? Here, I gotta open your door. You don't want to go out, do you? I don't blame you. I'll feed you inside this morning.
Honey, what you doing to me? Come on in and make yourself at home. Honey, what you doing to me? Honey, what you doing with your sweet dark eyes? Honey, what you doing to me? Come on in and make yourself at home. Honey, what you doing to me? Tell me about your trouble.
I hear Nora calling you. Go find Nora. There's your mama. There you girls go. You don't even gotta go out today. Ready to make a run for it?
I'm not gonna run.
You're not gonna run. The one animal that loves the rain are the chickens. They'll stay out in it all day long. And the pigs, I guess. The pigs like making mud. I am glad we have the greenhouse to work inside today. Hope the audio is not too bad. I had to change my pants. My other ones looked like I had peed in them. That rain's coming down pretty good. Since we went out and did the morning chores, it's dropped 12 degrees and we've got an extra ½ inch of rain. So we've gotten 2.5 inches of rain since last night. Boy, we need to harvest our sweet potatoes today, so I thought I'd put my overalls on and we'd get over here and get some digging done. Now, all joke aside, we do gotta harvest our sweet potatoes. This is our first year growing sweet potatoes in our greenhouse. I think we have 2 varieties that we planted. We're not sure how well they did. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera. I was looking at my sweet potatoes. The leaves look great. I'm gonna go ahead, we'll chop them off, save them for the goats and the pigs and the chickens, and then we'll dig out the sweet potatoes. The girls are at a homeschool adventure day today, so they're not gonna be here while we're harvesting our sweet potatoes. They'll be back afterwards. So glad we have the greenhouse and we're able to do stuff like this still. If it wasn't for the greenhouse with the rain, we wouldn't be out working in the garden. If it wasn't for the greenhouse, we wouldn't be working in our garden at all where we live. We're in growing zone 4B. This time of the year, our gardens are normally wiped out with a frost already. So the reason we did the greenhouse is so we can still be growing through the fall and the winter different crops. It's looking good in here, guys. We got a batch of carrots that are good for eating right now. We got some beets, lettuce, green beans. We can keep picking. Actually, we got to pick some more today, it looks like. Our next batch of carrots, these will be our winter carrots, rutabagas. Our eggplant's still going good. We have spinach, beets, and then I don't remember down here what we have. I don't remember if this is, I think this is broccoli. Or cabbage maybe. One of the brassicas. And then this row, don't look at it. We tried growing watermelon and cantaloupe and honeydew melon. I think we just started them too late this year. The greenhouse wasn't going soon enough to get them going. So that is one of our failures for the season, but with every failure comes a lesson. So we'll learn from it and we'll grow for next year. We have all of our sweet potato vines right here. What I'm thinking is we'll go in, we'll cut them back, and then we can start looking back where they were and start digging up for sweet potatoes. So we'll get the vines out first, give us some room for working. I was doing some research and it was saying that the sweet potatoes that we grow are the main part of the plant that everybody really goes for, but the vines are very valuable for livestock, for sheep, for cattle, for pigs, for goats, rabbits. So we'll save all these and we'll let our animals eat them. I'm just hoping we have a lot of sweet potatoes. This is Gina's favorite vegetable. So the question is, do I get all the greens out first? Or do I get a little bit out and then start checking? We got some sage growing there. I say we just keep going and getting all the vines out, and then we can come back and dig out the tubes, the sweet potato tubes. Normally we don't grow sweet potatoes. We're in growing zone 4B, so we have a very short growing season, and it's not really warm, so we've never done sweet potatoes. I shouldn't say that. We've tried them one other time, not on this homestead, but in another one, and we didn't have much luck. So we stopped growing them until we got the greenhouse this year, and can't wait to see the harvest. All right, so these are the Covingtons, that variety. I pulled out the stake and I don't remember what kind it was. I'll have to go back and look and tell you. I'm hoping for a big harvest. Big harvest just to have. I think it'd be a good surprise for Gina and Olivia to come home to. They love sweet potatoes. right here on top, growing out of the ground. That's a good sign, guys. Woohoo! So we ended up canning and making pasta sauce yesterday. We had 53 pounds of tomatoes that we started with. If you guys want to see how that went, I'll put a link to that video right here. That was a long day, I will say that. I was thinking about putting them in the back of the mule, but I think if I do that, I'll regret it, because it is raining pretty good right now. And by the time we get to bring these up to the goats, they'll be soaked, and then we'll be soaked too. So I'll go stick these over by the door for now. Oh. Look at all that. Oh, gonna pick up our drip irrigation. Don't need to be putting holes in this when we're digging into our potato patch. Alright, let's get our first pitchfork in the ground and see how we did. We have two different varieties. So this one is the Beauregard. I think that's how you say it. So if one doesn't do good, hopefully the other variety does. Let's pull out our sage. Put our sage over here. Our marigolds. And see what we get. I don't want to... Ooh, look at that. And I did put a spike in it. Man, look at that one. If we get a boatload like this, Jeannie's going to be happy. Let's try going over here. Ooh, look at that. I'm gonna have to cure these up. I'm gonna have to think I just use my hands. Wow. Alright, let's dig in. That's not a bad one either. Alright, maybe not. Maybe just use the fork and... Ooh! Look at that, guys. That's amazing. I think Gina's gonna be sad she wasn't here to dig them. Nice one right there. Look at that. I will say it's a dirty job, but so far I'm having fun. There's a nice little pile of tubes. Nothing huge, but they'll eat. Decent little bunch right here. That's a nice one. Growing right out of the side. Is there any more? Look at that. Oh! Now that's a nice one.
Built this thing from the ground up out of nothing. No flight, no manual be bound. You and I, we're driving in the dark without headlights, trying to find our way. It's hard telling where we'll be in the coming days, but I'll be there with you.
There's one that I just spiked with the fork. Bam. That looks nice. Ooh. First Covington. That's a beauty. I like it. Ooh. Now that seems like a nice little haul. Look at that. I'm gonna leave them all together like that for now. Be easier to transport them to the barn this way. Yeah, I'm liking the Covington so far. Or they're liking our soil better so far. One or the other.
Tell him where we'll be in the coming days. I'll be there with you. I'll be here with you. Built a wall around my heart.
This is the pile of sweet potatoes that got me all excited. Hopefully it's a big batch. Ooh, look at that. Oh, I don't want to put a spike in it. Let's back up. Now that looks like a nice sweet potato right there. Look at that one. So give me some tips for growing next year. How do we get all of our sweet potatoes to be this size? Leave them in the comments down below. Have to weigh them up at the end and see what we get for total weight. It's looking like we got enough harvest for our family. Our goal this year was to raise a variety of different produce to feed us for the year. And I don't think we really had one crop that was like, oh wow, there's a ton of that. We can eat that straight for a year. Just that, but I think we got a lot of variety where we'll have enough, hey Figaro, enough food to last us for the season. Or for the year, I should say, until we can grow again. We got sweet potatoes, squashes, I mean, you name it, we got it. Figaro, don't push on the camera. Watch out. Boop, gotcha. Boop. We'd like to have it in the future so we have an abundance to sell, but this year I wanted to focus on growing enough for ourselves and then get our skills better so we can grow more abundantly in smaller areas and also improve the soils. The greenhouse has definitely helped us extend our growing season and change what we can grow in our climate. Ooh, these sweet potatoes look so good. Alright, let's bring this one in. We'll get this weighed up and come back in and get another basket full. So the first batch was 16 pounds after we subtracted the weight of the basket. So this one's going to be 15 pounds. So that's 31 pounds so far. Let's see. So 13 pounds. So that'll make 44 pounds of sweet potatoes. Yeah, it's not bad at all. And that's a 30-foot row of sweet potatoes. Let's get these sweet potato plants in here. We'll get them fed to the pigs and the goats. They'll love them. I bet you the same amount of weight of potatoes we have for the vines. It's a pretty heavy pile. Now the sweet potatoes shouldn't take as long as the onions did to cure. We're going to leave them dirty and let the dirt dry on there. Once the dirt is dry, we can brush it off. If we brush it off now, it's going to most likely tear up some of the skin. We don't want that. We want the skin to thicken up, and they'll get a lot sweeter from my reading. So we're going to stack them in here, get them curing. From all the reading I've done, if you grow your own sweet potatoes and you cure them properly, you've never had a better sweet potato than that. Store-bought sweet potatoes don't have this process done, and in shipping they get bounced around, so they get bruised up, and it says that it really changes the flavor and the texture. So I'm not a big sweet potato guy. I don't mind them, but I'm not huge on them, so I'm hoping that having our own homegrown ones will make a big difference. And that is what 44 pounds of sweet potatoes looks like. When Gina and Olivia get home, we'll have to show them to them and see what they think. I think that's a good little harvest. We've been having a lot of people asking us what we're going to be doing for a floor in the new garage slash barn. We're going to be doing a gravel floor on both sides. It's not going to be like a workshop, so I'm not going to put a concrete floor in here. At least not for now. We could always add concrete later on, but I left it 6 inches high because I wanted to see what would happen during the rainstorms. I was figuring we needed to be set up a little bit, but I didn't want to raise this whole pad up 6 more inches, so I left this high. So we're going to go in here once we're all done, and we'll fill this up with 6 inches of probably some kind of crushed gravel or ledge pack this side and that side. This will be higher, and all the water will taper off and drain around it, so that way we don't have to worry about the inside getting flooded. So even though it's 6 inches lower right now, with all the rain we got last night and today, it's not too bad. You're not supposed to touch the fence. All right, you ready? What do you think? Hope you like them. I don't think they care for them too much. Just saying, where's the good stuff? Do you like them, or are you just like, nah? I think they'll eat them. When we come back, hopefully they'll be gone. I think the girl goats will really appreciate them, but let's give a little bit to the boys and see what they think. They're usually fussy for some reason. They only like hay. Hey boys, you want to try some sweet potato greens? What do you think? Are they good? Sounds like you're enjoying them. Don't pee on yourself. I don't want you to pee on yourself and then come visit me. It's breeding season, so they like to pee on themselves, get themselves all perfumed up, and then come visit you. That's why you're not seeing them too much on video right now. We don't go near them very often when they're stinky like this and peeing all over themselves. No? You don't want any? Come on. Let's see what you think. No? Alright. I'm gonna go give them to the girls. Hey, Hope, where you going? You wanna try some sweet potato greens? What do you think? No? You girls don't like them either? Come on. Mr. Google Pants says goats love them. Alright, I'll leave them right there for you. I think Google lied. I don't think any of the animals really care for them. We'll let them sit out here. Maybe once they sniff them and they get used to them, they'll eat them up. I hope they do, because I want to put the rest in their hay feeder this afternoon.
We decided we want to try out some of those sweet potatoes tonight, so I took out some ribs out of the freezer, and I'm just gonna put them in the crock pot on high. Hopefully I have enough time because it was a little bit later in the day. I'm gonna use this barbecue sauce. It's the organic barbecue sauce from Woodstock. I like to have it for our backups.
Young, the day I fell into the sun.
Really excited to try these sweet potatoes. I am just going to peel them and cube them and cook them. I'll just boil them like a regular potato. I have never done sweet potatoes this way. I don't know why, so I'm just gonna do it this way tonight. Probably put it through my food mill. Not my food mill, excuse me. What is that called? Food processor? No. My ricer.
I don't cry when it rains no more, or I get dirt on my shoes. I don't mind climbing 8 more floors, 'cause these stairs are all heading to you. I don't wait for tomorrow's sunshine when I feel it today. And when it's cold in the dead of winter, remember that snow melts away. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance for the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. We don't need plans or a fancy agenda. Let's just see where.
So the sweet potato is done, and I have some butter in my bottom pan that is warm, so it's melting. And I'm just gonna use the ricer and put the sweet potato in to get it a nice and good, a nice consistency. One thing sometimes I'm not really good at is my time management. So now my ribs are done and my sweet potatoes will be done and my string beans are not. So that's something I work on, but I think I just keep the cover on. Everything will be good when we go to eat it.
Got no care for the way people stare at the dust and the dirt on my clothes. Hey, my friend, will never say remember when. If we keep on making
That squishes out nicely in there.
we stand where we stand. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance for the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. Don't put on that old way.
I'm just gonna add a little bit more butter and I think it would be perfect. The only thing I feel like I'm gonna wish I did another sweet potato because I love this more than Olivia loves string beans, I think. What do you think, Olivia? No? I'm just gonna put the cover on, get some more butter, and then we just need to wait for the string beans and it's time to eat.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight.
Well, the sweet potatoes were delicious. It'll be interesting to see if the curing process changes the taste and makes them sweeter or not. From what I read, it's supposed to. I don't know if it's true or not. Leave it in the comments down below and let me know if you have any experience with it. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey with us, guys. You are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. These ribs were delicious. So thanks for coming along. If you're not already subscribed, now's a great time to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and we'll see you right back here in the next video at Lumnah Acres.